So this is hopefully which kind of illustrates the use of. And by the way, if Smart Scan didn't kick in at all, then this offloadable, this would show 0. Okay. Of course, it's more complex when you have a multi-table join and so on, right? But still, if your query runs 5 times or 10 times slower than yesterday, then these metrics, will tell you a story. But I will show you one more example, and you see, I will run this query. It takes 6 seconds, right? Let me run it just once more, just to show it shouldn't be a caching issue or anything like that. All right, 6 seconds. In 11.203, you have a new hint in Oracle, Exadata specific. Please run faster. And you might add a couple of exclamation marks as well, right? Or you can say how many times, right? No, I'm going to let's go 6 times faster, right? Well, almost 6 times faster, right? So I will send you the bill later, so of course there is no hint like that. So you have to patch. Sorry? Yeah. Otherwise it doesn't work. Otherwise you got to pay, right? But anyway, so what's going on? A query sometimes runs fast, sometimes slow. Well, I don't know what the SQL monitoring report will tell about it, but let's just try this once more. So I will run this. Okay, I just ran the faster version. So let's run. Let's look into the metrics. So to the sales queue. All right. So what do we see here? I think I have to do it again. So it's a beta tool. So let me just I just do a snapshot. Nothing happened. So and I will run this. Please run faster. All right. And take another snapshot. I think I ran maybe this queries I ran in between messed it up. Okay. So you see, we've read 2 gigabytes worth of data via this attempted to do with a Smart Scan. All right, and this is amount the megabytes, and storage index has helped us, so that's great. Okay, and now let's run the other one. Let's run the original query. So this was the one, right? No, sales queue. All right. Six seconds, fairly consistent. All right. So, see what happens. I should maybe show it side by side, but this query is offloadable. That's the fast query, fully offloadable. Slow query, also fully offloadable. But this metric does not say whether a Smart Scan actually fully happened. That's what I mean by the cell processing depth. This only tells that, yes, direct path read kicked in, and we attempted Smart Scan by sending these commands to the cells. But the cells, there are a number of cases which we mostly document, or some of them are documented in the book. They sometimes fall back into a pass-through mode or or occasional block sending mode. So, and you see what we see. Okay, so this was just a count star, right? It's just a count star operation. When it was fast, you see only 2 megabytes worth of data went over interconnect. Only 2 megabytes worth of data was sent back via the Smart Scan, right? So this is what the Smart Scan point is, right? It only sends the minimum amount of data, right? So you could count them and so on. So this was the fast one. And you see, we could avoid 1 gigabyte of reading with the storage index, and we processed the rest. We actually opened these blocks up in the cell, right? That's what the Smart Scan is going to do. But in this case, you see it's completely different. So the processing is 0. So yes, we have attempted to read through the whole thing via a Smart Scan, but we actually haven't executed this Smart Scan in the cells. So we actually haven't gotten you to open up the blocks. So something must have gone wrong in there. or something must have disabled this issue, or this full smart scan. And that's why apparently you see we have returned all these 2 gigs of data, right? And you would still, in the database layer, you would still see cell smart table scan wait event. And you will still see this offloadable. These are the key metrics which the SQL monitoring report uses as well. But these are the complex cases. I'm almost done. So let's see what's going on here. So this points to us that it's not the database problem. It's not the problem where the database doesn't pick smart scan. It does, but the cell processing depth. We are actually not fully processing this smart scan in the cell as we should. So we should look into the cell. And when I first troubleshooted this issue, I looked into some metrics. Let me see whether this particular session has the same metric. Yeah, for some reason, it doesn't show this anymore. But when I first troubleshooted, maybe my artificial test case is not, thorough enough. But sometimes the cells will not do a smart scan, even if you request it, and even if you see these wait events. There used to be a problem with Exadata v1 when you had timestamps with time zone. The time zone file of the cell could be out of sync with time zone file in the database, right? And you could get wrong data. Now Exadata can ship a time zone file to the cell, so it saves the latest version in there, and so on. But in this, when I troubleshooted this metric went up. So basically, I'm going to just show you what it is, just to save time as well. Well, almost 10 minutes over time. So I know there is a little gap in this troubleshooting sequence, but at least we know that we attempted the smart scan and the cells didn't do it for us for some reason. And we know all the megabytes, how many megs we actually read, and storage indexes didn't kick in there. So you know what this is? List quarantine. Starting from some version when complex queries sometimes crashed storage cells, the storage cells started keeping track of that. Which SQL IDs crash me? And when the one SQL ID crashed the cell frequently enough, I think a couple of times or whatever it was, then suddenly then the cells decided that whenever this SQL ID came in, it actually didn't do a smart scan. It did regular block I/O. It's a pass-through mode. Because reading one block from here and just sending it over the network, it's way easier than doing a smart scan which filters and does all this stuff. So, and in this customer, the entire database was put into quarantine because whatever metrics they were, whatever queries came from here, they crashed the cell or caused Aura 600s, which kind of can also happen in the cell. And the cells automatically had quarantined this whole database, and everything was absolutely slow. But you still see the smart scan wait event, right? So and this is why this hint worked because this original query, which was slow here, that already was quarantined, right? I manually quarantined it for this experiment. But when I add a hint here, then it's a new SQL ID, right? So that's why it ran faster. So all I need to do is to drop the quarantine, and that's it.